Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about Hasbro on Hasbro Pulse. Doing it to you one more time. They've done this a lot in the past, and I've got to say, I'm not personally upset about it, but I got mine. But again, they're doing it to you one more time. I guess we can't get enough of this stuff. Wow, it's crazy. It's sold out. It went back up. It's sold out. Possibly going to show up again, but I'm going to tell you just this picture here. I tell you, I don't think it is. And it'll be interesting to catalog if it does, because we've got a lot of things coming up that I'm interested in. It's funny that they show Band of Vipers when you have this Viper that brings back so many bad memories for me. I've got some flashbacks to Nam, even though I never was in Nam. Hey, I'm glad that we can actually complain about something like this instead of something real. So, well, this is real. It's real pain in the butt. But we'll talk about this and more coming up. I figure, why not have a little bit of fun with this and do a trip down memory lane? And I'm starting to actually go blank, forget the trauma. See, there's this psychological thing that you black out the trauma and forget it until somebody reminds you of it. The Viper is actually probably the third trauma of people, but for me personally, it was the first G.I. Joe classified trauma. I was still on the edge of, do I even want to collect this? I don't really like 6-inch scale. I like the 3.75-inch, 4-inch scale. I like that kind of stuff more. But classified sort of gave you the feels. It gives you the feels. Now, I've still, to this day, have never seen a Viper hanging in a store that's the Cobra Island version. And I still can't recall if I've even seen a Viper that's the retro. But the retro Viper comes out, and so it brings the price on this down. I think these were at the high around 90. Then they were average 50. Now you can get them for 35 bucks, but still tax and shipping, you're still getting close to 50. So with that, still not an easy one to get. Still not an easy one to troop build unless you're troop building the $25 retro, which I still think is a little bit better. I actually think the retro one's better. Now, I wasn't traumatized by Beachhead. I found it real easy. I was just walked in to my Target. Now, let me just tell you what was going on in 2020 during this time frame that this stuff came out. I think it was 2020 when it came out. People were showing up at Targets at 8 in the morning, getting irate that trucks weren't unloaded at 8. And then they wouldn't even get unloaded till like 11. And then stuff get to the floor around 1. I didn't start doing my hunts till 1. And I was cleaning up, getting pretty much everything except a Viper. And so I saw lots of Beachheads. I just got mine and I was happy. And then I was seeing people selling them for $140. And I'm not saying asking $140. Selling for $140. And it blew my mind. That's when I would realize that there was something really crazy about this toy line. And my experience of being able to easily find several was different than other people's in other parts of the country. And this seemed to be even harder to get. A troop builder being hard to get makes sense, but Beachhead made no sense to me. I'm like, I can see why people want to have 10 Cobra Troopers or Vipers. Why is Beachhead so hard to get? Why was he even more pricey than any of the rest of them? But now with the reissue and the vastly superior retro, prices have come down. And it's just strange. I don't know what kind of other stuff just gets mixed in when you say classified Cobra Trooper, and you're getting stuff that's not classified, obviously 25th anniversary, but somehow that pulls up there. These were commanding $75, I think, at the high. I don't know. I know that I stumbled into my Target. I had one in my hand. There were 4 hanging there. And I started calling my buddies and asking if they wanted one. And, of course, they all did. And were informed me. That's when I was like, why would people pay $70 online? It's easy. Just walk in Target and grab them. And it was easy. This one was way easier than the Viper. I never saw the Viper. Saw this. And so with that, I never thought this one was a hard one to get. That's when they started this thing they call G.I. Joe June. We're used to it now. We're like 5 years in, or 4 years in, to G.I. Joe June. But they reissued the Viper. And this is when I actually, because I was on the fence still, if I even wanted to collect a line. And I was at my computer trying to order it. I couldn't order it. I tried for 30 minutes. I was really tired too at the time that I was trying to do this, and frustrated and irritated. And my wife saw my frustration. She very seldom gets involved with my ordering and pre-ordering. Sometimes she says, this is on clearance on Target. I'm looking at the app. It's on clearance. She got me one. She is the only... I still have not been able to order this. I tried all day long, even after she got me one, to get a second one. I could not get one. I actually bought my friend's entire collection for $1,000. He had 6 of them, and I sold the rest of the collection so I could have 6 of these. That's what I had to do to get 6 of these. And I was like, well, you know, they're 90 each, so I mean, $1,000 is not a bad deal, and then sell the rest. So I basically got 6 for free because I sold the rest of the collection and broke even, but barely broke even. But at the same time, this is such a problematic figure for me. And nowadays it's nothing. You just go get retros. This is funny because I bought 4 of these and another collector saw me and I said, dude, I left you several behind. And he's my mortal enemy now because I sold him, because I left him 2 behind. There's a case of 6 and I bought 4 because several of my friends wanted one and I wanted 2. And I got one for me, and I didn't realize my son would want one, so one went to my son. And so with that, this guy was selling for like $50 for a while. Now, like, nobody cares. Absolutely nobody in the world cares about this character and figure at all. They ruined it. It should have been retro. It's not retro. It's a reissue with slight minor paint variants. I mean, this is strange because this is basically the Cobra Island figure of Major Blood. And so, but people were freaking out about Major Blood, and I found him pretty easy, but other people were freaking out and just unloading on me for it. But ask all my friends I hooked up, they're happy. They were very happy. And then they were like, are you hooking me up for the price you paid? I'm like, why would I charge you more? You know, it's ridiculous. But anyhow, this is one of those figures that stressed people out. And I got to say, with my experience, it wasn't a big deal. Now we're getting into well, I didn't mean to look up what Cold Slither stuff's selling for, because we're not really seeing what it's selling for, but like 209. I'm searching SDCC Zartan, and the cheapest one I'm finding is 170. Not the Cold Slither set of 4 figures and a band. The SDCC Zartan number 31, which that is dirty to number that, and that thing is still commanding beyond ridiculous money. When it first came out, it was like $36, and I was like, I'll buy it for 36, and I did not get to order the Master of Disguise Zartan, and then they were selling for 60 on eBay, and I was like, there's no way I'd pay 60. Then shortly after, up to 100, now 169. They have not reissued this. There's no way to get this. So it's hit and miss on what they reissue, what they put it back out. I mean, if it was an Anakin, there's going to be 35 of them. People are upset about Anakin selling out. There'll be 35 of them. But Zartan, I mean, what is going on? Is there never going to be a way to get a Zartan that looks like this again? The only reason I have one, and it's the only thing that a viewer sent me for free, because I don't ask for stuff. I'm not like, here's my P.O. box. Send it to a friend, and a friend sent it to me. This is insane. Insane. I would not own this right now. I don't own the 00 Snake Eyes because I think it's stupid. That was $40. But you know, another friend of mine offered to hook me up with one for like 90, but I still don't want it for that price. I don't really think I even care if I get the 00 Zartan or 00 Snake Eyes. But this Zartan blows my mind, which kind of scares me for future releases. All right, so what happened with this? This went up for pre-order like 6 days ago. I have mine. It's here. I've got it. It's shipped. And then if you ordered this batch, I believe that one ships too, which I thought this was going to be a pre-order and you can order as many as you want. Turns out this is all in the warehouse ready to ship. But they put it up a few times. They put it at least twice today. So I watched it sell out. I watched the site glitch. The site glitched out. And then I came back. I mean, I just didn't care. I was just went about my business. I come back and people are saying it's back up. So I checked it's back up. And then I did a couple of other things. I was like, let me get a screen grab and tell all my YouTube viewers. And when I went to go do that, it was sold out. So I don't know the rhyme or reason about when they put more up, but it literally sold out today in minutes, if not seconds. And it's hard to even tell. It's hard to gauge how fast this sold out. Because when you refresh stuff, I mean, refresh it right away, it's there. Refresh it again in 30 seconds, it's gone. It's hard to tell. But that little dot up there where it says sold out, that dot means everything. See, if it's a green dot, they have more stock. A red dot, I've never seen it come back in stock once the dot turns red. Now, the key to getting one, and this is the key. Refresh it as soon as the countdown timer is over. Then add one to your cart. Do not add two. Don't be greedy, baby. Don't be greedy. You're going to regret it. And then click the PayPal, checkout, and hit the order. That's the only way to do it. If you're putting your credit card in, you're not getting it. And this is premium members. And that's why doing it to me again and again and again, that's the secret. That's the code. That's the way I'm not getting screwed again using the PayPal. And the other thing, make sure you're logged in. Make sure you're logged in and be ready to go. And it's like, we shouldn't have to jump through these hoops. But, I mean, well, either you do or you don't, or you pay $200 on secondary market. Or you quit collecting, or you just do without. Right, so coming up in the future, there's Pythona. So if you're logged in, you're there when the timer counts down or whatever, and refresh your page, and you are ready to go, use PayPal, check out, you should be able to get her. Don't be greedy. If you click that little up at the 2 or 5 or whatever, you might not get it. And be on a desktop too. Be on a desktop. But I definitely want to get her. I would like to have a couple of her, one to open, one to keep sealed. So it's where I'm at with her. I think she looks great. I don't hate Cobra Law, but I absolutely love the idea of Pythona. We never got one except for in a club. Was it a club deal? Now the video is going to turn south. I thought I could be positive the whole time. But I was going to show, I don't know when this is going up for sale, and I want to get me a few sets, and it's $79.99, and I thought it was $73. It's up to $80. Well, it went up and sold out, so I missed out on this completely. The problem is vintage ones of the Ecto Glow Ghostbusters go for $500 a figure or so, sealed, and loose $200 a figure. So even if you buy aftermarkets for like $130, it's still way more affordable than trying to collect the vintage ones. So I'll probably just get an aftermarket one and overpay for it. But I wanted to get it at this price and buy 3. But at this price, I'll probably just buy 1. Sad face. I wanted to maybe get a 2. 1 for loose and 1 to keep sealed. But this is one of those things. Like, this is a good idea for SDCC exclusive. But also, there's got to be enough to go around. But I know enough people probably bought 5 to sell. So maybe if I wait it out, prices will go down. Or if I wait it out, prices will go up. Who knows? Anyhow, the whole thing about Ghostbusters, though, it has a very, very tiny, microscopic collecting community. They're not very big. There's not many people that care about Ghostbusters, which works fine for me, I hope. One of the things I want to point out is that everybody freaked out, including myself, about the Once a Man Cobra Commander, and it's an amazing set. Beyond amazing. Amazing set. I think it's last year's SDCC, and it went for it was $40. Now you can get them for like 60, 70. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, yes, that's a premium over 40, but it's not like you're having to pay $150 for a $40 item. And same thing with the Dr. Mindbender. Dr. Mindbender has come down. Mindbender came down in price because the retro came out, and most people are like, the accessories are cool. It's nice. But for $25, you get a superior version with an actual printed, is it silver Cobra symbol on the back of his cape? And so it's a superior version in a way. Pluses and minuses. I mean, there really are pluses and minuses to each set. But with that, this guy came down. But you know what did not come down in price? Serpentor keeps going up and up and up. Up and up and up. Which is because there's no reissue. I bet if they came out with a retro carded Serpent or some sort of reissue of just a figure with no throne, or whatever you want to call his chariot, then the price would start falling, but not drastically. They would have to put it out with the chariot to really bring the price back down to closer to retail. And with that, I mean, we're talking past SDCCs that have, well, caused a lot of trauma, a lot of flashbacks to NAMM going on here. Now that the whole Ecto Glow thing has soured my mood, and I'm contemplating a lot of decisions in my life, like today, and missing out on that. I should have checked it earlier. I did actually checked it to look for a picture, and I was like, oh wow, it's sold out. I didn't even think they put it up. So there's this. It's not Hasbro, it's Mattel. And let me tell you the story on this crowdfund for this. It's a Snake Lair playset. They came out with pictures that looked like this. Then the actual item looked completely different and was like double the size, and they wanted $300. And you know, we're used to getting the Gray Skull for $75 or $80. The Snake Mountain was $80, and this from the visualization, since they have not put it next to a Snake Mountain or a Gray Skull, looks about the same. Looks like you're just getting a Snake Mountain or a Gray Skull, and they want $300. The problem with it was people were upset about a $300 price point and not getting what they wanted, so they turned it into a $100 item that people wanted, but still charged a $300 price point. It makes no sense. But hey, there's 1,400 backers. I'm not touching this. Like, my 10-foot pole is still too short. I'm not touching it. I'm not buying this. I never wanted this. I didn't vote for this. I would have bought it if it was a retail item for $80. At $300, I do not see the value in it. I do not see the value in it at $125. I don't see the value at all in this thing. Maybe it's just me. Or maybe it's, well, evidently 1,437 people like it, but I'm not buying this thing. I don't care. I'm not buying the Snowcat. I'm speaking with my wallet on that. You know, we're getting $100 items that are charging us $300, $325. Snowcat is the same thing, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not good with that at all. It's a big difference. Big difference here. The SDCC stuff is like $70 to $125. This should not be $300. So anyways, I'm curious how your experience went today with anything you ordered. As I lick my ecto wounds, I'm curious what you think about all this, and are you excited for Pythona? How many people are quitting Classified? Or, I mean, is there even a Black Series collector left over whatever happened with Black Series? Marvel Legends, they had their own mess, which I don't even understand. I don't get it. So, people were crazy about this 2-pack with Thanos, and it's all over Targets now. It's not a big deal. So, with this, will this come back? I don't know. I hope so. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe to Ranger out.